What is up, YouTube? And we're back with another episode of SBC Team Building. Today we're facing off against the Galactic Poygons, coached by Pumpkin Man, and their team consists of Aerodactyl, Avalugg, Conkeldurr, Grimmsnarl, Kadabra, Lickitung, Nidoqueen, Palkia, Roselia, Stakataka, Torracat, and Vikavolt. So they got a kind of a Trick Room Central team, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But he does have that Aerodactyl speed with Tailwind, and he does have pretty fast mons. I guess Palkia is pretty fast, and not Lickitung, Kadabra, my bad. Torracat is base 90 speed, and then Nidoqueen has base 72, and those are his fastest mons. The rest of his mons are actually pretty slow, so he's probably going to go the Trick Room route, and that is why he is the Galactic Porygon, I guess. I don't know, because he likes Trick Room. But we have his mascot, so we're going to wreck him with that, as you will see in a minute. But let's talk about his strengths for a second. So, as I said, he can set up Trick Room with either Palkia or Stakataka, and all the Pokemon that are listed below, Conkeldurr, Vikavolt, Avalugg, Lickitung, and Stakataka, are all really slow, and therefore they can take advantage of Trick Room and be faster when Trick Room is up. Now, he does have a lot of hard hitters, like Sheer Force, Life Orb, Nidoqueen, which has Stab, Sludge Bomb, and Stab, Earth Power, which does a lot of damage to my Solgaleo, and Sludge Bomb does a lot of damage to my Slurpuff. But we do have ways around it because it isn't that fast, and it's kind of bulky, but not really, because like space 72 speed is not that good, so he is kind of middling in that department. So I could like underspeed him in Trick Room or outspeed him out of Trick Rooms because we do have those options. He also has Lustrous Orb Palkia. He could even go Choice Specs if he wants, but Lustrous Orb gives you a 1 point times boost with Dragon and Water type attacks, which are Palkia stabs, obviously, and with no repercussions in health or being locked into a move. Then he also has Flame Orb, Guts, Conkeldurr, which could be a problem. Because usually I would want to burn the Conkeldurr, but if it has the Guts ability with the Flame Orb, then I can't sleep it or burn it, and it doesn't really help me. And then it could just spam really strong fighting type attacks, or even Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, and Knockoff. Even Knockoff does like a stupid amount of damage to Solgaleo, so we gotta watch out for that. And then just I don't think he will bring this, just because it kind of requires him to strategically set this up, but he does have the option to belly drum on Lickitung. It doesn't have that high of an attack stat, but it is pretty bulky, and it can do a lot of damage, and it does have normal type syndrome, gets this insane amount of coverage. So we have to have that in mind, but in the back of our mind, because it's not the most optimal play for him, at least that I think. Then he also has a lot of good bulk support. So he's got Torracat with Intimidate and Snarl. Obviously, he also has Fake Out and Parting Shot. I believe it gets Parting Shot. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But yeah. And then he could also run Iron Defense on Stack Attack and Avalugg, and that could be and then run Body Press, which does hit a lot of my team for pretty good damage. So if he gets those up, that will be kind of a big problem. And then he also has screens with Grimmsnarl and even Spirit Break, lowering special attack. So there is that. And yeah, so let's get into the chart. So obviously, as I said, we're gonna wreck him with P2. So P2 is for sure here this week. And it does get Airy Impulse, it does get Ice Beam, it does get Thunderbolt. We can use all those attacks. It even gets Psychic and Foul Play if we want. Um, you'll see what we run in the team builder. But I also thought that Dragapult is obviously really good here. It hits Palkia for super effective damage, and originally I was thinking of running an offensive set, maybe like a support set with whatchamacallit, with Breaking Swipe to lower his attack. But then I decided to go screens because for the opposing screens, and then I can get up screens, and I wouldn't be able to live a spatial rend without screens. So I ended up going with that. And then Swampert here is also really good because his only grass type is Roselia, and therefore he doesn't really have a good way to hit me other than maybe Energy Ball from Vikavolt, but I calcs for it, and it doesn't really do that much damage. And last but not least, we have Beartic. Beartic is an Ice type. It gets Liquidation, it gets Aqua Jet, and it gets a lot of good moves, even support moves like Rain Dance. It can set up its own rain, and Charm we ended up putting on it. So obviously I think he's going to bring Palkia. Nidoqueen does a lot of damage to Solgaleo and a lot of other mods on my team. I only have 2 flying types and a grass type that's not that good. The grass type is Thwacky, and it gets smacked by Sludge Bomb, so I don't think there's a point in bringing that. It also gets Ice Beam, which is Sheer Force boosted, so that is a problem, and therefore I think he's really going to bring it. Grimmsnarl also screens just does a very good work against my team. and even Spirit Break and Sucker Punch could do a lot. He can even run a Scary Face and Thunder Wave, and that could be a big problem for me. And then Stack Attack, last but not least, is just a strong mount overall. He can run Iron Defense, he can run Trick Room, Gyro Ball. Rock Slide also does a really good amount of damage to a lot of my mons. So there is that. Then we got the niche Pokemon. I was thinking Solgaleo could be good here. Slurpuff also could be good here, but then I was like, no, maybe not, because if he sets up Trick Room, then I'm kind of screwed, and he probably will, just because he has more of a Trick Room oriented team. So therefore, I didn't end up bringing Slurpuff. Persian is pretty good here. It could be good because of Snarl, Foul Play, uh, Fake Tears, Screech, Fake Out is always good. Manectric, I was thinking, could be good, but then I decided not to bring it in the end because of Nidoqueen, because it can just get one shot with Earth Power, and I wanted the Sash on something else. And then Pelipper, I was debating whether to bring Pelipper because of Tailwind, if he brings Aerodactyl, but then I decided he's probably not bringing Aerodactyl in the end. So there's that. Then he could possibly bring Torracat. I think it's not that good against my team since I do have Rain and I could just one shot it. A Vikavolt could be good in Trick Room. Conkeldurr is probably coming, and then Avalugg and Lickitung could come. Then we have the bad matchup. I'm not bringing Thwackey here because it just gets one shot by like everything. Double's not that very good because he has a lot of special attackers, and even if I like really strong special attackers, so therefore Con Guard Body Press doesn't really help. Moltres is not very good here because he has a Water type Legendary and a Taka, so Rock Slide is going to be doing a stupid amount of damage. Also, he has Vikavolt with the electric type moves and possibly Aerodactyl, but I highly doubt he's going to bring any of these bottom three. Roselia, Kadabra, Aerodactyl, just because I can kind of just wreck all three of them. Aerodactyl with Rain, I have Dragapult and Persian for Kadabra and Roselia. Even with Eviolite, it's not that bulky and doesn't really do anything for him here. So let's go to the team builder and see what I cooked up this week. Here we are, and I think we'll start with Dragapult. As I said, originally I wanted to go a offensive set, and then I was like, I don't live anything from Palkia, so if I don't one-shot it, which I couldn't without like support from something else, so therefore I decided to go with the bulky setup. And we have Thunder Wave, Dragon Claw, Reflect, and Light Screen with the Light Clay to get us 8 turns of screens instead of 5. And then the tech was originally I had Dragon Pulse, and then at -2 I had Fake Tears on Persian originally, and at -2 I would be able to one-shot Palkia. But then I was like, if he runs Assault Vest, then that really messes me up, so I decided to go instead with Dragon Claw and Screech. Even though Screech is 85% accurate, it's probably better. And then we have Fake Out, Taunt, Snarl, and with the Chople Berry and Fur Coat, obviously, we have a max HP and enough speed to outspeed. So I put enough speed on Dragapult to outspeed Palkia, max speed Palkia, and then I put enough speed on Persian to outspeed Dragapult by 1, just so I could go for the Screech and then Dragon Claw turn 1 if I wanted to. Next up, we have Swampert. I decided to go with the AV set because since Vikavolt is a special attacker and it's the only thing that really threatens me. Also, Palkia is a special attacker, and like I can kind of live the other moves that that he wants to throw out with the physical mons, but the threatening ones are the special ones. So I decided to go AV, and with 20 special defense, I like get 2-shot by Energy Ball from Vikavolt. It's like so bad, even though Vikavolt has 145 special attack, doesn't really do that much. And then Earth Power, Flip Turn, Scald, and Brick Break. I was here. I put on for screens. Flip Turn is for pivoting out, and then Scald and Earth Power just do like stupid amount of damage. I think Earth Power is a one hit KO with a on the stack attacker, and also it does a lot of damage to Avalugg if he does bring that. And then yeah, then we'll go Beartic. So I didn't have a Focus Sash on team, and I was like, all right, I want Beartic to be doing a stupid amount of damage, so let's just go Focus Sash. And with 101 speed, we outspeed even max speed Aerodactyl in Rain. But then I decided not to go with Rain, so it doesn't really matter, though the Swift Swim is pretty good. Charm, Protect, Play Rough, and Liquidation. Charm is here for those slower physical mons like Conkeldurr and Stack Attacka. And then Play Rough is here for Palkia, and Liquidation is here for all the other mons. Now, originally I did have Pelipper, as I said, but I don't think we ended up bringing this in. It was just for a team preview in the end. Then we have Airy Impulse, Trick Room, Psychic, and Recover at P2 with Eviolite. Obviously, we have the download ability, and we went just max Spadef because we weren't really worried about Conkeldurr. Wait, oh, I remember what happened. Okay, sorry, my bad. So originally we did have Pelipper on the team, and then we decided that since he's probably going Trick Room, this set I didn't actually make. It was Adrenaline, my coach, obviously. I am the team builder. He is the coach. He actually plays, and I am team builder. But he actually replaced Pelipper with P2. He just went this simple spread, which I don't agree with, but whatever, that's fine. This is the team that he actually used. Originally, I did have Pelipper on the team, and I made it a bulky spread with Wakanberry, I believe. But Psychic just like one shots Nido Queen, which is pretty good if you have the download boost. And then Eerie Impulse is always good for Palkia and those other special attackers. Yeah, but not last but not least, we have Solgaleo. Now, originally we had Choice Band Solgaleo because we wanted to just be doing stupid amount of damage with Sunsteel Strike, Psychic Fangs. And then originally we did have Outrage instead, but I decided to go for the Life Orb. I changed up some of the calcs. I made it Jolly and Max Attack. Originally it was Animate. And then I decided to outspeed Nidoqueen by 1 point. So we wouldn't have to worry about that because he was probably going Life Orb. And then we could just one-shot it with Psychic Fangs. And then Cosmic Power is always nice because if we want to stick around and then Trick Room if we want to reverse the Trick Room, which did come into play in the games. So that is the team. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.